wedding time once again. It's about 3 o'clock in the afternoon, and ceremony today is out at Pensacola Beach, and it's going to start at 5 o'clock, and the reception is going to follow immediately after that. So anyway, we're on our way out there now, and as you can probably tell, it is a pretty gloomy day here in Pensacola. We've been under a tornado watch all morning long, and it was really thunder and lightning hard earlier today, but they're saying we're expecting severe thunderstorms. There was a bunch of tornadoes that hit Mississippi. You may have seen that on the news, and that's all heading this way, so they're saying we could be seeing some severe thunderstorms. But good news is I'm going to be set up underneath the house. The beach house is actually on stilts, and that's a good thing, so I won't really have to worry too much. I'm just worried a little bit about you know, when I have to unload my equipment. That's what's concerning me a little bit. So anyway, hopefully it's not raining out at the beach, but we'll see. We should be there probably about the next 10 or 15 minutes, and go ahead and get set up. And it's going to be a very minimal light show tonight, just because, you know, it is outside. I'm not going to be able to use the Galaxy in 3D, and I'm not really going to do a whole lot of uplighting, since it is going to be, you know, pretty much on a carport. So you know, we'll probably just be using the Revo 3 and the Revo 4 and the Revo Suite tonight, which will be good. So anyway, we'll talk to you there when we get set up. Okay, we're here and set up. I'm going to show you my setup. We're going to have a very minimal light show this evening, but right here's where I'm at. We're right here underneath the house. House is stilts. And that house right over there was right over there last year. But if we walk out here and take a look at the beach, and you can see how rough that Gulf of Mexico looks with all the rain and everything. We still got some severe thunderstorms around the area. And I know we're thinking, yeah, if you're here, you'd love to go surfing. Well, they're telling people to stay out of the water. That's not good. They got undertow. They'll carry you out to sea. That's not good to try and go out there to the water and try to go surfing and that. You see how rough that Gulf is today. That's what we usually have whenever we have severe thunderstorms. When there's hurricanes, of course, it's a lot worse than that. So this gives you just kind of an idea of what it's like. Right here's where we are. So that's good. I mean, my equipment's going to be pretty decent. And from the rain, that's a good thing. I want to walk out front real quick. I just want to show you these houses that are over here. And you'll notice each one of them is on stilts. And the reason for that is mainly for hurricanes, and that way, you know, the water can flow under the house, you know what I'm saying? So if the house is up, it won't be damaged by floodwaters. So those stilts hold the house up. So that's why you see a lot of houses out at the beach on stilts. And also it makes a good reception area too. Alright, just to give you an update, it's about 7 o'clock now, and wind has been blowing all day. I mean, it's been pretty bad, but anyway, they moved upstairs to do the cake cutting, and we're going to come down here and do the bouquet throw, the garter toss, and all that in the first dance, so we're going to get the party started. So I told the bride not to worry too much about the wind. As long as we got power, we're good to go. For the second week in a row, I found a group that really loves 70s music. It's great. You know, you find something, you play it, they love it. Stick to it too. That doesn't look good. good. We might see some more rain coming in here before too long. What we need. Still windy pretty bad right now, but we just not see any rain. We only got about a little less than an hour to go, so we'll see what happens. It's about 10:25 and I was actually packed up and out of there in less than an hour. But anyway, just want to tell you a little bit about the gig tonight. You probably saw everybody out there having a good time, and you know, despite the weather, it really turned out to be a great ceremony and a great reception. I mean, I always tell the bride, you know, if we have limitations or sometimes things may not go exactly as planned, but you know what, we're going to make it work one way or the other, and that's what happened tonight. I mean, the wind was blowing all over the place. We had them blowing things off the tables and everything else, but the wind finally did die down, and you know, despite the fact that they didn't get married out on the beach like they had hoped, you know what, they still had a great ceremony and they still had a great reception. Everybody just had a good time, and they were coming up and thanking me afterwards, and you know, saying how much fun they had. You know, that's really what makes this job the best. That's one thing that I love, is when people come to you afterwards telling you that they you know, enjoyed it and thank you for all that you do and things like that. And I even had my picture made with the bride for her wedding album. You know, so that was great too. So you know, it makes me feel good knowing that you made a bride and groom happy like that. So anyway, that's it. That's a gig log for you, and I think it was definitely different with the weather the way it was, but you know what, we make it work one way or the other. So until next time, practice and enjoy.